All right, this is lesson 7.6, part A. So this is kind of the first part of things. We're going to see some equations here. We're going to be talking about parallel pictures, their angle measurements, and then we're going to be writing some equations. So just like we've seen the last two lessons, we're going to be doing the angle clump, we're going to be doing the angle slide, and then today we're going to have a little bit more complicated equations. We're still going to be talking about the relationship just so that we're good with our vocab terms here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and this is notes page 14. When I look at the two here, they're in the same exact clump because there's a clump up here and then there's this clump down here. These two are actually a linear pair. So one of the things to realize when we are going through and doing these, after you slide, you're either going to have vertical angles or linear pairs. Linear pairs, just to remind you, is blank plus blank equals 180. This is going back to like our second lesson of this unit. Verticals are just blank equals blank. So we're going to be seeing equations that are going to take those forms today. Because this is a linear pair, I have to add the two together. So I'm going to have 46 plus x is equal to 180. Yes, you do need to write the equation here, and we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to subtract the 46 because our equations today are going to get a little bit more complicated. And 180 minus 46 is going to give you 134 degrees. So x is equal to 134 degrees. In example number 2, I'm going to go ahead and clump. Clumps are a little funny looking here. X is over here, so it's going to move right here. Again, these are going to be a linear pair, but when we actually look at them, their relationship is same side interior. I'm going to use shortened abbreviations here. And as a linear pair, I'm going to put x plus 114 is equal to 180. Subtracting away the 114 on both sides, so we're going to get x is equal to 66 degrees. And again, just like before, make sure you put the degree symbol in on your notes packet. Any practice that you do, you should. When you enter stuff into a Classkick, you will not have to because you cannot easily do that. For number 3, you might need to tilt your paper or turn your head just a little bit. So we have a clump right here, and we also have a clump right here. I'm noticing that these are both in the same spot. So the relationship here is called corresponding. It's our vocab term from a couple lessons ago. Corresponding means they're in the same spot. So when I actually bring this down, the 4x minus 8 is on top of the 76. So the 4x minus 8 is going to be equal to 76. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides of my equation here, and that'll leave me with 4x is equal to 84. Dividing through by 4, I get x equals 21 degrees. And that's all you have to do. You don't have to go back and plug it in. For the next example, this is really sideways. You're going to turn your head here, or actually turn your paper. Would probably be easier if you turned your paper a little bit. And noticing these are on the same side interior, that's going to be their relationship. And I'm going to go ahead and clump. I'm just going to kind of clump this way here. And when I move, I'm going to move the 10x. It's bottom right, so it's going to go right here, which ultimately means these two are going to be a linear pair. So it's going to be 10x plus 140 equals 180. You can set it up 140 plus 10x. You're going to get the same answer. Subtracting 140 from each side, I get 10x is equal to 40. So I'm going to go ahead and divide through by 10, and we get x equals 4 degrees. So x equals 4 degrees right here. Question number 5, these guys are interiors, but they are on different sides. So if you remember, we call that alternate interiors. When I clump, I'm going to be lazy, and I'm going to slide that 114 up because it's less writing. And noticing that where they are in this top one, they are across from each other, so they're vertical. So we have 7x minus 12 equals 114. So I'm going to add 12 to both sides, which will leave me 7x equals 126. And dividing through by 7, I'm going to get x is equal to 18 degrees here. And example number 6 here, I'm going to go ahead, clump, slide my 78 down. Noticing before the relationship, these were same side exterior. And the new relationship now, once I slid them down, just looking at this bottom part of my picture, is that they are a linear pair. So x plus 28 plus the 78 is going to give me 180. I do need to combine my like terms here. So 28 plus 78 will give me 106 equals 180. Whoops. Subtract away that 106 on both sides, and that'll leave you with x is equal to 74 degrees. So x is 74 degrees then. And that wraps it up for this version too. So now you've seen a couple more equations where we have linear pairs verticals after we do the slide. Still remember, you're going to work with your angle clump first, and then you're going to go ahead and slide.